Correct. Yes. So Deji Adeyanju has been running his mouth like parrot since now. Water don't pass Gary. So Peter Obi has finally sued the guy. You know, in law they'll tell you sue the bastard. Peter Obi has finally sued the anything you want to say it. So Peter Obi's lawsuit against Deji Adeyanju is not just a legal move. It's a moral reset in Nigeria's toxic political space, because Deji Adeyanju has been doing too much, and many of people have been taking advantage of the fact that many people will not take them to court to bring out slanders and libelous things about people. No, so for too long, the self-proclaimed activists have turned social media into a marketplace of blackmail, twisting facts to serve hidden political masters. Yes, if you want to serve APC, serve APC. I used to respect him a lot because he used to fight for people. He used to fight for this boy that is always talking anyhow on this social media platform. You know, what's the name escaping my head now? And then he fights for a very dark man. Yeah, Gabriel. The name of that guy he fights for is Gabriel. And so I used to like lawyers who do that. And this guy, I know he's a social crusader too. He tries to make advocate for changes and all of that, you know, on TikTok. Yes, he used to fight for that boy used to talk anyhow on TikTok. But now when you are beginning to take things so far with Peter Obi, then it becomes a problem. It now makes it look like this guy is being paid by some people. So by dragging Adeyanju to court for 1.5 billion naira, which is what I really like, Peter Obi is sending a clear message to people. That's the truth. Accountability is not selective at all. Freedom of speech does not mean freedom to slander. The fact that you can talk anyhow does not mean you should be talking anyhow about people. Peter Obi is somebody whom you know has, you know, some reputation to protect because he's coming out for presidency. Now you are slandering this man, saying all sorts of rubbish about him. The person that has not even come out for electoral position. This is very bad. So Peter Obi, known for his calm composure and data-driven arguments, finally chose to take this man to the courtroom over the comment section. You know, so I'm happy about that, and this is very good. So Deji's career has thrived on loudness, not on logic, but this time he's met a wall of integrity, and this time that his loudness is going to be broken down. You know, so the case may just reduce the boundaries between activism and libel. The fact that you're an activist does not mean that you should be libelous. Yes, he used to talk about Egbetokun. I like that and all of that, but what he has been saying about Peter Obi to me have been very, very not good at all. This case may just redefine the boundaries, like I said. You know, so people will know how to talk anyhow when they're talking anyhow about people, and it's about time someone did something like that. So this lawsuit was long overdue. For months, Deji Adeyanju has been hurling baseless accusations at Peter Obi without a shred of evidence, making defamation for activism. This is very, very bad. But words have consequences, and now he is learning the freedom of speech is not freedom from accountability. You talk anyhow, you could see anyhow when the time don't reach. You remember now that this case has been taken to Anambra. So now that it's in Anambra, it means that this man would have to carry his senior advocate of Nigerian lawyers to Anambra. By the time he start paying legal bills, he will get sense. So Peter Obi's decision to sue for 1.5 billion is not about the money at all, because Peter Obi has far more than that. It's about principle. It is a warning shot to political propagandists who believe they can tarnish reputations to stay relevant. And people will be wondering, why hasn't he sued Reno Mokri? Reno Mokri does not even have relevance. Deji Adeyanju still has more relevance than Reno Mokri. And what Deji Adeyanju is saying is that Peter Obi tried to bribe him. So he was there, he was involved in the process. Unlike Peter Obi, that is just unlike this hungry Reno Mokri, who will just come out and say Peter Obi, he didn't have schools, he didn't do this, he's a trader, he's this, he's that, and all of that, he's petty. But Deji Adeyanju said Peter Obi tried to bribe him. That means he was involved in the process, and if it's a lie, then Peter Obi needs to come and defend himself. So Deji's loudness doesn't translate to truth. The fact that you are talking does not mean that you are the one who is saying the truth. Why Peter Obi built reputation on integrity and prudence, Deji built his on controversy and contradictions. This was why he became popular. Now this guy first of all contested. He wanted to become the youth president of PDP, which this guy dragged him for. What's his name? Nyesom Wike, the drunk in Abuja there. You know, the man who wants to be the governor and minister at the same time. A raging storm, you know. And he said that Adeyanju came to him and begged him for that position. So Deji Adeyanju is a politician. Let him come out clean. You should forget about all this activism is doing. So it's built this on controversy. The court case might finally separate genuine activism from paid noise making, because people are beginning to think that APC is paying this guy to be saying all these things he's saying, and it's about time someone called his bluff in a courtroom instead of on Twitter space. If you look at it very well, the person that Tinubu has put there to come and declare Tinubu as winner in 2027 election is from Kogi State, and Deji Adeyanju openly supported Tinubu's move. So Deji Adeyanju is beginning to align with President Tinubu. So Deji Adeyanju's obsession with Peter Obi has become predictable, like a rerun of a very bad political sit comedy. Every time you see, every week, he resurfaces with a critique. You know, he must say something that sounds less like activism and more like a PR memo from APC's media office. Like, okay, now if I were PR man, you're going to go talk something again. And to me, his own was beginning to even gain more traction than that of lying Reno Omokri, because Reno Omokri has zero integrity, unlike this guy that even has some form of integrity, but now that integrity is now being questioned. So no wonder Isaac Ayo Fayose was right to call him out. He said, if you admire Tinubu or support APC, just say it openly. Don't hide under the mask of neutrality while recycling Reno Omokri's tired tactics. Distort, distract, and discredit. That's exactly what Reno Omokri has been doing. The lying Reno Omokri, and that's what this guy too was now eventually doing. So Peter Obi's calm, data-driven style of politics frustrates people like Deji, who thrives on noise and negotiation. While Obi built credibility through prudence and performance, Deji built relevance through controversy and contradiction. Like I said before, one led to a state with integrity, the other leads with Twitter spaces and inconsistency. And at this point, it is not criticism, it's envy disguised as activism. I don't know, probably because Peter Obi is not from Kogi State, I don't know. So this document you are seeing right now confirms Peter Obi's has formally instituted a legal proceedings against Deji Adeyanju dated since 3rd of October in the High Court of Anambra State Onitsha Judicial Division, which is very good. This guy will travel go Anambra State, go to defend himself. And now let's quickly break down the document. He said its type is civil, defamation suit. So it's civil, it's not criminal. Unlike the other one that they took this lawyer, when Afe Babalola took this human rights activist to Ekiti State under criminal, because there is no criminal defamation in I think Lagos. So but this one now is civil, because Peter Obi doesn't want to pursue criminal case against him. And then like I said, the parties that are involved are plaintiff Mr. Peter Obi, and then defendant Mr. Deji Adeyanju. And then the filing date was as far back as 3rd of October. So court stamp is there, High Court, so it means that this is serious. And now, what is the directive there? Deji Adeyanju is ordered to enter an appearance within 42 hours from the date of service of the writ. Failure to appear follows the plaintiff Obi to proceed and possibly obtain judgment. So, in essence, this means Peter Obi's legal team is not playing. They are not playing. The writ has been officially filed and stamped. The choice of Onitsha, Obi's home state jurisdiction, also carries symbolic weight. You think of am now. So it's a statement that this isn't just a Twitter squabble, but a matter of honor and accountability brought before the law. Yes, so politically, this would put Deji in a tough spot. He must now defend his words with evidence, not noise. The court of law won't be as forgiving as the court of public opinion, where he has been saying rubbish and all the Ashewaju people have been supporting him. Now he's going to learn the hard way. The second page of the paper, by Obi versus Adeyanju writ reveals that the substance of Obi's legal claim, and it's clear that this is not symbolic lawsuit, it's a full-blown reputational battle. And then here is the breakdown. The first part is defamation and falsehood. Peter Obi is asking the High Court of Anambra State to declare that all allegations made by Deji Adeyanju across social media publicly, so that he would have to go and declare them, that the court should declare them rather, particularly the one he made on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, where false, that he should declare that they were false, baseless, malicious, reckless, defamatory. The language here is very deliberate, malicious, scandalous, and reckless. are key legal terms that emphasize intent and damage to reputation. Number 2, compulsory public apology. Obi is not just stopping at the court recognition that all those things are baseless and false, but that also the Obi is asking for a court-ordered retraction and apology to be published. So in the end, Deji Adeyanju is to publish those things on the social media handles in at least 3 national newspapers and across major TV networks, Channels TV, TVC, Arise News, and etc. The apology must be full, unreserved, and unequivocal. That is a legal way of saying Deji won't be allowed to play smart or issue a half-hearted "if I offended you" statement. If I've offended you, forgive me. No, there's no time for that. And then thirdly, what is the strategic implication? This shows Obi's scam is intent on setting a national precedent. Politicians are usually quiet in the face of defamation, but Obi is drawing a firm line. Online slander now has legal consequences. For Deji, this is a nightmare scenario. Not only could he face a $1 billion damages claim, but the humiliation of being compelled by courts to publicly apologize across all his own platforms and Nigerians' major media houses. If Obi wins, this case could define how public figures and activists in quotes interact online, turning social media from a playground of propaganda into a place where truth has legal weight. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I remain your boy Ernesto Mosokwe Adebayo Koje. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Signing out. Peace.